right, guys, so today is the next day and going to pull in the truck back in, and I'm going to start the sensor replacement for the oil pressure. So without making this introduction for today very long, I'm going to move some stuff around, pull the truck in, and get ready to start tearing this thing down. So here we go. All right, got the manifold off, and there's all our culprits. So gonna go ahead and pull that one off. I ended up ordering two sensors actually. Reason being, because there's two different styles. There's a like oblong connector, and then there's a round connector. So I wasn't sure which one I had, so I went ahead and just bought both of them, and then I'll be able to return one that I don't need. So gonna go ahead and swap that out, and then I guess start putting it back together. That's pretty much all we got for today. So I don't know if I want to throw this back in there. I believe, judging by where that sand is right there, that this thing actually sat possibly right here, but that's gonna be, I think it set like right here, but that's gonna be difficult to put back in its place because it's gonna flop over. So I'm not sure if I'll put this back, but I think all this does essentially like prevents like water from splashing up from the back, but I see it as it holding water if it splashes in from the front. So I might not end up putting this back. What that in turn is going to cause as far as problems in the future, we'll never know. So trash. But yeah, gonna go ahead and swap that sensor out. I think this one actually comes also with a filter. So if you have one of these with a round connector, it comes with its filter as well. So make sure you change this out. So I'm gonna pull this sensor out real quick and see what we got. All right, new sensor is in, and now it's reassembly time. Really wasn't that bad. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be a lot more intrusive. And so one thing I want to do also real quick while I'll do on the time lapse is I'm gonna pull the master cylinder off from the booster and pull it forward to see if it's leaking into the booster, because this happened to me on my old Cat-Eye crew cab out there. It turns out that the master cylinder had a leak. I thought it had, what the problem was it was seizing the front calipers, more one side than the other. So I thought maybe it was the caliper that was seizing itself. Swapped that out. That didn't end up fixing the problem. Swapped out the hoses. That didn't end up fixing the problem. And swapped out then I think the booster. No, I didn't swap out the booster. I was frustrated. I didn't know what was going on, but something was keeping the pressure on the front brakes. And then I don't know, I want to say I think I was going to replace the master cylinder, and when I removed the master cylinder from the booster, I noticed that the back of the master cylinder, the old one, was wet. So I go and look inside the booster, and I kid you not, that booster was almost halfway filled up with brake fluid because the master cylinder was leaking into it. And I'm assuming that brake fluid was not letting that baffle in there retract, so it was keeping brake pressure onto the to the front brakes. So I have been losing a little bit of brake fluid, and I did recently do the rear brakes a couple miles ago, And then the front brakes, I checked it and they're pretty good, but somehow I'm still to the minimum on my brake fluid. So just out of curiosity, while I'm putting this together, I'm gonna pull out master cylinder and check just to be sure that that master cylinder is not doing the same thing as the cat eye. Because last thing I need is another failure of brakes, and then I'm over here changing brakes again. So gonna do that next, or while we're in here. All right, so she's all back together, ready to give her the first test, but as I suspected, I need new parts. So pulled off the brake booster, master cylinder, separated it. You see that little bit of oil, and then we touch this down here. Yeah, and then I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it on camera, but this thing is exactly like my old truck. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, no, guess you can't. Can you see it? Let me move the truck. See that fluid moving in there? Yeah. Moving the truck over here. Yeah, that thing's almost halfway full of fluid. Yeah, I'm sure you can tell. It's hard to get a good light in there. But yeah, same exact issue as the old truck. So I gotta do my research. Now I replaced my booster as well, like I mentioned, because on the old truck, that one actually, because if I'm not mistaken, I was told, I have to double check and verify this, but I'm pretty sure that booster is now toast with filled with brake fluid. So I'm on my way to purchase a new master cylinder and brake booster. So awesome. So I'll be back in a few minutes for you in the next scene. So see you then. All right, back from the parts store. We got our new master cylinder. I'm gonna wait off on the booster because the booster is an additional $300 that I don't want to spend right now. So I got some grease cleaner. So we're gonna empty out what I can of fluid out of the booster, and then spray it out, clean it out as best as I can, and then later on, if it does start giving me issues, I'll just swap out the booster later on. But yeah, because I would have to order one, because most of the ones that they sell here in the auto parts store are remanufactured. So I don't want to go with that. I'm going to try to see if I can order a brand new one from Rock Auto. So I'll do that later. But for now, we'll just do the master cylinder, get this cleaned up while I wait for the new booster to come in. So that is on the to-do list now. All right, so if we go up under here, the first thing we need to do to remove the booster is to remove this 10 millimeter off the brake pedal, and then the 4 bolts, they're 15s I believe, that's holding the booster to the firewall. So once you remove the 4 big bolts, remove this 10, remove the clip that's holding this on, this rod will come out, and then you should be able to remove the booster. So I'm gonna do that now. Well, I thought I had it on record, but I guess I didn't push the button. But she's all back together, gave her a good little wipe down, and now it's time to test and officially see if that oil pressure sensor is working. Not only that, but the gauge cluster as well. So hopefully that stepper motor works, and if it does, we'll be all good to start putting it back together. So here's the moment of truth. So it's still apart, that way I can make any adjustments to the cluster, which right now the only one that looks like is the volts is just a little bit low. So let me pull that off real quick and readjust it. All right, needles are adjusted. Now we can check and see if main one, oil pressure, see if we got, and she's working. All right, safe to say that it's working. So now that we know it's good, then I can pull this cluster back out, finish putting it together, and reassemble the whole interior. So we'll cut to then. All right, just like that, she's all finished. So that's gonna cut it for this video, guys. That was pretty much all we had for today. I think next video is gonna be also on the tow pig again, but we have, like I mentioned before, it's another part coming from Boost Auto, a sponsored part. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully I can get that done for the following weekend's video, but shouldn't be a problem. But it's a little worrisome because I do have to drill some holes into the truck. So we'll see how that goes. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. As always, share the videos. Leave me a comment. I will respond to every single one of them when I can. And I will see you guys in the next video.